Goth. We're looking up goths apparently. Are goths still a thing? I thought they went extinct because of climate change. That's a goth, right? That's a goth. I mean, they are wearing a lot of makeup. Just leave it. Actually, yeah, you know what? You know what? This is all you're getting. For the rest of the stream, it's just going to be this image. Speaking of Neil Gaiman and Lawrence Miles, hold the fuck up. 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 What the fuck? Wait, hold on. 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 Did Lawrence Miles do a Neil Gaiman? Did that happen? He made a quote about Gaiman copying on goth chicks. Oh, that's not the same thing as like doing a Gaiman though, is it? Miles had posted about Gaiman being known to have sex with impressionable fans. Hang on, is Lawrence Miles' whole thing just that he's like a whistleblower for other people, for like powerful people doing terrible shit, and like powerful people doing terrible shit keep blacklisting him, even though all he does is like tell the truth about that shit, and now like his life is ruined because of that, and because of that he's like become this like bitter recluse and kind of like fulfilled a self-fulfilling prophecy and shit? Is that basically what the Lawrence Miles story actually is? Tell me the truth right now. What is going on? Or I'm gonna have to look it up myself, and it's very hard information to find, which means it will take a long time. And you don't have that much time because we're doing a wheel spin. So why don't you just tell me right now? Yeah, basically that's it. To be fair, the stuff in the pub can't be verified by anyone, and he was an unmedicated schizophrenic at the time. Well, to be fair, number one, I wouldn't say that just because someone is an unmedicated schizophrenic means automatically they're making shit up. Number two, the stuff that they had said before was kind of proven to all be true as well. Out of curiosity, what else did Miles say? I mean, like, my understanding is the War in Heaven stuff and, like, kind of, like, swag getting jacked. It would be interesting to, like, look through what Miles has said at some point. But yeah, no, if Lawrence Miles' whole thing is just, like, kind of being the person who whistleblows on horrible people, and he's just, like, had his life ruined for it, basically, and if the only real thing you can say against him is, well, he's schizophrenic, so we have to dismiss everything he says, because people who are schizophrenic aren't people, then, like, I don't really see how he's anything other than sympathetic, to be honest. Like, has he ever actually done anything wrong? People at the same events explicitly disagree with him as to what happened at the pub events. The thing is, Najawin, that the people who are at those events, like, they have a vested financial and social interest in what he said not being true. So can you really trust them in that circumstance? He'll make one blog post saying Moffat is the devil because he made the Doctor Important show, and then the next blog post on Gaiman's a creep in the exact same terms. So people stop taking him seriously, and it's not completely unfair / conspiracy. So, like, it's not what he said, the content of what he said that's important in the criticisms against him. It's just the tone he fucking said it in. That's what people take issue with, just so we're clear. Not the fact. People don't have issue with whether or not the fact that he was talking about people being fucking awful. Like, people don't take issue with the fact that people were being awful. People take issue with him relaying that information in the wrong tone. And that's what I'm supposed to care about more than the horrible shit. And now that we know that he was right about Neil fucking Gaiman, like, yeah, it's fucking important that he might be right about the other stuff as well. And I think it does need to be, like, looked into. Yeah, I don't know any more information, but if the best you've got is, like, he has a mental illness and his tone is a little off sometimes, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't understand why I've been, like, kind of, I guess, instructed by, like, fandom culture osmosis to, like, hate this dude and look at him as a punchline. I've made a lot of jokes at Lawrence Miles' expense on this show, just because he's such a popular, like, punching bag. And I always thought that he was like on the Ian Levine level of bad, because that's how like it comes across. But like if it's just tone policing of a whistleblower who at the end of the day probably did have their ideas fucking stolen and put on the TV show. Like, he is responsible partially for Doctor Who being as big a hit as it was, and you will never ever see him mentioned in any of the documentaries about it. Yeah, and like you say, like, it's the one dude who's not a neurotypical getting, like, shoved out of the group by a bunch of neurotypicals, and then they steal his fucking work. And then they blacklist him when he, like, comes out about people doing, like, sexual assaults and shit. And what, I'm supposed to be sympathetic to the people who cover that up? The people who I know for a fact covered up John Barrowman and covered up Noel Clarke? Like, why should I have sympathy for that? I found the page. The relevant quote was, "I really, really don't like Neil Gaiman, but I've been informed that my original way of expressing this purchase online didn't even know yours was a joke necessarily." Well, I just know his reputation as like Mad Larry Miles, the crazy EU guy. And now I feel very unfortunate about saying those things, to be honest. This has been a little bit of a teachable moment. I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm gonna have to fucking learn more about this in another stream. I am planning on doing some more streams on Something Blue, so maybe in one of them we can look in. But I do think that we should move on though. But for those of you who are watching the video that I inevitably cut about this, subscribe to Something Blue Audio for more crazy stuff like this. But for now, we're gonna go back to the wheel. But yeah, his whole punching bag thing is basically a little ableist, like that Sonic fan that everyone makes fun of. Okay. To be fair, that Sonic fan that everyone makes fun of, like, I mean, they did stuff to their mum that I can't say on YouTube. So, I mean, maybe people were right about that one. But I think that's interesting, though. Someday I will roast the chat on video, Reddit exclusive. Yeah, if you're talking about Chris Chan, I'm pretty sure, like, Chris Chan, like, rocked their mum. So, now let's read the goth page. We should read the goth page, though. For a bit of light entertainment. Yeah, that got a little bit serious there for a second. Sorry about that. Goth's full name. Well, it's alright, because we're going to lighten things up now by saying what Goth's full name was. Goth's full name was Gotha Duskirial Apolaketh, evidencing that he's part of House Duskirial. He was constructed rather than born, like most Time Lords who were created through looms in the era of Gallifreyan history due to the Pythia's curse. I think it is really funny that Goth is the most establishment Time Lord. Yeah, that is pretty good. I mean, the Moffat stuff does, again, appear to be unverifiable by anyone. Yeah, but he was right about Neil Gaiman. And like, up until he turned out to be right about Neil Gaiman, that was unverifiable by anyone. And then it turned out to be fucking true. So, I don't know. And even other people have said the Moffat stuff seems to not be true, and it's clear that Miles is deliberately antagonizing him in some ways. Yeah, because I mean, like, the dude's career got destroyed. And then he gets to see Moffat enjoy the career that he, like, could have had. Of course he's going to be fucking better.